Hi and welcome to the Studio Marco Primeau. Today I'm very excited because we are building a brand new mic from a do-it-yourself kit from microphoneparts.com. The kit is called S-87. It is not a clone, but it is inspired from the classic U-87. So let's dive in right away. What I love about microphoneparts.com is that every kit that they sell comes with everything. So, of course, minus the tools. So every parts, the body, every resistor, transistor, transformer, you don't need to research any parts. Go and buy online or in a store looking for the right part to do the job. And most of all, what they use is all calibrated and chosen by hand to be the best microphone you can build. So it comes with a great manual, and it is in colors. You get information where to put what part, and the boards are coded as well with numbers, so you can't misplace a part or put it the wrong way, because every explanation is there. They went as far as giving you some choices for EQ parts. So let me find the page. Yeah, right here. You get, in this kit, you get two capacitors that will change the EQ of the microphone. So the first one that I installed is the 0.01 UH, and I thought it was a bit too bright, so I installed the other one, which is the 0.015, and now it's a bit more different from another mic that I built from microphoneparts.com, which is the T12. I have three mics from microphoneparts.com now that I built myself, and we will compare those three in a future video. But for now, let's dive into the real build. I did speed up the video at 400% because it would be too long to listen to. And actually, I'm taking time to read the manual, which is very important. So let's go. So the first step is to prepare all the tools, all the parts, get good lighting, nice space to work. If you follow the instructions, you will start with the smaller parts, which is logical. Those parts are the diodes. Be careful, they have a polarity. Electricity can flow only one direction, so if you put them in reverse, the circuit won't work. So you can see that I did put a bit too much solder. More than this could be a problem. I'm gonna clean it at the end and make sure there's no short circuit. So I'm gonna leave it like that. But this is something I tend to do, add too much. Maybe I should buy a smaller wire of solder. It could be helpful for me. But anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that, and we'll see at the end if everything is okay. So we continue with the diodes on the other board. All the voiceover on this video are made with the S-87. I'm about 6 inches from the mic, and I'm gonna test closer. Now I'm about 3 inches from the mic. You can hear the difference in the proximity effect. And we're gonna try 1 feet away from the mic. So I'm about 1 feet from the mic. You can hear the difference. After the diodes, we start with the resistors. They are also small parts. What I'm doing here is putting many parts, and I'll be soldering them all at once. It's not always recommended, because if you need to remove a part, all the legs are bent, and it will be harder to remove one part if it's defective. But of course, it's faster to work that way. When you bend the legs, the part won't move the other side of the board. So that's what I did here. And then, of course, cut every legs. So those two resistors are tuned to match the FET transistor at microphoneparts.com. They do that to every kit, so they match the transistor with some resistors, so the circuit will be optimal. So I'll repeat the process on the other board, installing all the resistors. So the next parts are inductors, commonly called chokes. They look like resistors, but they are not. They are very fragile. So if you put too much heat, or while manipulating them, you bend a bit of the part, they will crack and they won't work. It's specified in the manual to be very careful, and there's some voltage point to check if they're working or not at the end of the build. And now I'm starting to install little capacitors. Those little ones do not have polarity, so you can put them one or the other way. And again, small capacitors on the other board. Building a mic like that is not very complicated. You just need to be patient and take the time to read the manual and not mix any values when you install the parts. Now the installation of a transistor. There are a few that you need to install in this kit. Of course, be careful while you bend the legs again, and do not apply too much heat to the part, because you will damage it. And now some bigger capacitors. These still do not have polarity, so you can put the part as you wish. Just make sure that you see the values. If you need to troubleshoot the microphone, it will be easier later on. So this switch can be configured to change from cardioid to omnidirectional, or it can be configured to be minus 10 dB pad. See what I did there? I used the clamp to keep it in place so I can solder with my hands. There you go. And now those capacitors, they have a plus and a minus sign on them. You need to be careful not to put them in reverse. Same thing on the other board. And this is the installation of the trimmer, 3 feet on this one. It will help adjust how much voltage goes to polarize the capsule later on. On the switch there was a feet that the instruction asked to bend, and there's one post of the transistor and one post of the resistor going on it, and after that later on there is one wire going from the capsule going there as well. So that's a tricky part of the build. The rest is very standard. You have a number on the board and you have a part to go there. Now a bit of cleaning, removing any flux is important. The other board as well. So this is how the boards looks like. The build is not done yet, but most of it is done. And now we're gonna open the mic body and install a capsule. The kit comes with everything that needs to hold the capsule well in place. So this is the capsule. Of course, never touch the membranes, and there's one on each side. That's why it can be at omnidirectional. Those screws are very small, So be careful when you hold the capsule, again, not touching the middle of it. And there's not a lot of options where to put the screws. And now you have to put the wires that goes to the membrane through the body so it can be soldered to the circuit. And after that, we're gonna add the wire that connects to the back plate of the capsule, and the same thing goes through the body. And you see at the left there's a little notch. This indicates the front of the mic. So that'll be important to remember when you close the body and where to solder those wires. So now that the capsule is secured, we can continue the build. Some wires to be added. Those two white wires serve as a link between the two boards. With wires, it's always best to put some solder on them before. So you won't have to eat the board too much when you solder them. Then we attach the cable that goes to the front of the mic and the rear of the mic. At the end of the build, in the manual, you get some voltage test point to be sure that you did not damage a part or misplace one. And you even get some calibration to do. So you'll need a multimeter and you can set up how much voltage goes to the capsule, and it's very thorough. You just need time to read, and if you don't understand something, send an email to microphoneparts.com. They will answer you. And this build was fantastic, and actually you're hearing the microphone right now. You heard it through the video, and this is the S-87. So I hope you like this video. I hope you will stay tuned for the future test. This microphone against the other microphoneparts.com microphones, and also those microphones against other brands of microphone as well. Those will be future videos. So if you did like the video, please click on like, consider subscribing, hit the bell to get notifications, put questions and comments below, and of course, share my videos. It's always a great help.